All right. He's only 5 minutes late, but he made it. Let's get into it, everyone. I am connected to the right Wi-Fi, right? Yes, I am. Okay. I wanted to make sure. There you go. Yes, please, everyone come in. Settle down. Get settled in, even. The stream will be starting soon. Wants me to try out lawn mowing simulator for the first time. Gaming, Twitch, live stream. Do they have a mower as actually a thing too? They do. There you go. Honestly, the menu music for this game is kind of badass. I dig it. Go for about 2.5 hours a day. I am now live. Huzzah. All right. Things have been sent. Things have settled in. I think we're ready. How's everyone doing today? Ready to watch me mow some lawns with epic quality and efficiency. Oh boy. How hard could it possibly be to mow lawns? How hard could it be? We'll see. We'll see. I have a little goal here of trying every simulator game I've ever had. So here is one of the ones. We'll see how it goes. All right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Today we are going to be playing a new game called Lawn Mowing Simulator. This is the Steam stream where I basically go through a bunch of games on my Steam list and I get to try them out for the first time because I have way too many games on my Steam list. And I really need to start like at least trying these out to see how much I like them. And I also just wanted to kind of just give like first reactions to a lot of these games that have been on my list for a while. So today's going to be Lawn Mowing Simulator. I've heard I haven't really heard too much about this game, but it is one of the main like simulator types that have been piquing my interest for a while, which I've actually been getting into a lot of these recently. Like American Truck Simulator was actually really good. TCG Card Shop Sim was also really good. And then there's another, even TCG Tabletop Simulator is always a really good time to play too. But I'm a fan of definitely these simulator types. Power Wash Simulator was also really good too. So I've been a fan of just seeing different jobs get turned into games. So, and just kind of experiencing the world through their lenses. So today we're going to be a lawnmower, and well, I don't know if we're going to be the lawnmower itself or we're going to be the person operating the lawnmower, but we will find out, I guess, in just a little bit. So let's just get into it. Hopefully my camera is in a good position. I think I should be fine here, though. If I need to change it, then I will. Yeah, I still have my Pichu for my little thing here, too. Alright, so we're going to go into New Career. Play with the tutorials, because I have no idea what I'm doing. In this mode, you will create your own lawn mowing company and build up its reputation. As you expand your company, you can hire employees, purchase more mowers, and unlock new contracts. But first, your company needs setting up with a name, logo, and uniform. Of course, we need branding, dude. All right, company name is going to be Zuka Mowing Co. There you go, the Zuka Mowing Co. Perfect. What is our logo going to be? Okay, a lot of good options, I would say. I like the circles. I like anything with circles in it, really. I'm kind of privy to number 4. I also like simplicity as well, too, though. So I kind of am going towards 11 or 4. I think I like 11 the most. I'm going to stick with that one. And then finally, our player character. In this screen, you can customize your in-game appearance of your player avatar, as well as the physical appearance. You can change the colors of the company uniform and where your company logo is displayed. Well, it's got to be blue. I can tell you that. Player name. Well, should we just make it me, or should we make it Zuka? Let's try to make it Zuka. This looks pretty close. Yeah, it's got to be blue. Oh, confirm to go. Whoops. Okay, so our back is go back as well too. Logo placement. Well, can I look at my character at all? Oh. Why can't I? It tells me that it's on the back, but I don't see where it is. I'll be on front and back, that's fine. Uniform is also gotta be blue. White's good. Yeah, I'm always a fan of blue and white. There we go. Perfect. It's about as close as we can get with whatever we have, at least. Okay. Cool. Alright, all good. Zuka Mowing Co. Yep. Alright, now if you have company of your own, you'll need your first vehicle to get cutting. Select the vehicle from the list below and take it for a test drive. Ooh. The vehicle is equipped with a collector's type deck, which means that you can cut with. The grass clippings are sucked up into the vehicle's hopper. No piles of grass clippings will be left unless you overload the engine or if your hopper is full. Okay. This vehicle is equipped with a side discharge dive deck, which means you can cut with it. The grass clippings are discharged from the side chute. When cutting these types of decks, always keep in mind the direction you're mowing to avoid dropping grass on piles on the paths and flower beds. Ah. Mulcher type. This vehicle is equipped with a mulcher type. That means you can cut with the grass. The clippings are cut so small, no visible blades are left. No piles of grass clippings will be left unless you overload the engine. Okay. I mean, this one sounds like the best one. Just kind of collect them into a thing. All right, I can test drive it too, so I can see how it goes. I didn't know that different mowers were a thing too I had to worry about. Welcome to the test drive area. Here you can familiarize yourself with a particular vehicle in conditions similar to a real contract. Approach the vehicle and get on it using the WASD to move and the mouse to look around. Whoa, okay. Whoa. That's some really fast turning. Okay. Oh god, hold on. I am not used to it looking like that. Does it? It doesn't even... Oh my god, I'm looking at it on screen, and it looks really smooth on my end. It looks really choppy on there. Hold on. I am not used to that. Oh wow, it's because the freaking screen resolution is all the way up. Hold on. VSync maybe on might help. I'm seeing it on this stream. It looks really choppy. It looks really smooth for me, but on the screen it looks a little choppy, so I'm trying to improve the quality of that. Anti-aliasing on, maybe? It looks like it's getting better, but... What if we do it to low, off, off. What would we do motion blur off? And nope. Does not help. Okay. Normal. I would just put the render distance down a bit more. Whoa. Okay. Well, it definitely looks better on screen, but now it's a little bit smaller. Hold on. I'm gonna put it back up again. And then I think what we're due is we might be fine like this. I think what I just had to do is put VSync off. Again, I don't know too much of a difference, but I know on screen it probably looks different. Let me see if I can fix it through the thing here. Because obviously I wanted to come out good on camera too. cursor. Fast, maybe? Let's try that. No, that does not help. Fastest. Okay, that makes it look a little bit better, I think. We'll have to see how well it goes. Hopefully it's not too bad or too distracting. Alright, anyways. Once you're on your vehicle, you'll need to get started onto the grass. Each vehicle is different to get going. Follow steps and to get started at the bottom of the screen. Okay. So Z. I and T to change the throttle setting? Ah. W to accelerate, S to brake. Okay. E and C to change the cut height. Okay. When the vehicle started, take a moment to get used to it and then drive over to the grass and you can start cutting. Neat. Okay. Once on the grass, you'll get your deck ready by first setting the cut height and then engaging with cutting blades. You should only ever turn on your blades when on the grass, otherwise you will damage them and their ability to cut. How do I do it again? It's a C. How do I... Okay, I have to go back down like that. Okay, I'm definitely not cutting the grass, it looks like. I'm just kind of driving over it. Because it says, yeah, the cut height's not engaged. Interesting. Okay. Set your cut range within the range of 5 to 7 and a cut for 20% of the grass. Okay. Okay. Okay, now it's cutting it. Yep. So it's Z to engage it. Okay. So 5 to 6. So I need to do it. I'll do it there to be safe. So I gotta keep an eye on that gauge to make sure I don't overload it. Okay then. This is very interesting. I gotta say, it looks really good for me. I don't know about you guys. By holding control while stationary, you can engage Pro View, which highlights areas of grass that have not been cut to required height. Okay. Ooh, okay. Neat. I have super grass vision. Alright, now I'll start kind of going in a pattern. Okay, I can kind of see this being like a slow, methodical process. It's like oddly satisfying in a way, because you're trying to just trace patterns, you know, and get as much of the area cut as you can. I do like this mower too, so this one's not too bad. The other ones I feel like you have to be a little bit more methodical about, because you have to actually plan where you're going to be going and how you're going to be cutting it. Again, I don't know how well it's coming out on stream because it looks really choppy on my end. I don't know how to fix it. There's one way I can think of fixing it. It's just I have to put the game at a lower frame rate, or I have to put the game at a lower resolution. You know what? Just to test things out, I'm gonna try that out. See, the only thing for this is I'm not going to be able to see very well on screen. I mean, I can still see it, but it's going to be really small, and I don't want it to be very small for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to good old method of just looking at chat on my phone. See how well that goes. Okay. And then we just full screen it. Alright, so the only thing with this now is I have to, put you down to that quality. Fit to screen. Boop. Okay, I should be good here. Okay. Watch it back on camera too to make sure everything looks good. Oh, it looks way better on my side at least. I'll have to actually look back at the VOD to make sure that if it does actually like do that kind of thing or not. But I'm curious about that because it does look a lot better now. Yeah, there's like a little bit of choppiness, but it should be fine. I don't think it's definitely. I don't think it was as bad as it was before. gonna test something out because it is since it's now full screen. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference. Yeah, no, I can see it. I can already see it. Yeah, I think that's gonna help it a lot more. I like the little circles you can see in the ground too. Kind of makes it a little bit more realistic. I also like the amount of control you have. It's really nice, actually. See, I thought in this game they were going to start you off with, like, you know, the regular push mower and not the one that you drive on. But I could see why they would send you off with this one instead. Great work. In a real contract, however, you will be expected to cut all the grass. When the contract has been completed, you have now have your store vehicle on the trailer and then interact with the pickup truck to the location. Alright, so how do I... Okay, cut, unengaged. What was that? Reverse towards grass bag to empty in the collector. Oh, that's easy. Okay. Yeah, because I had to keep a track on that. Okay. And then... I to cut the throttle? Yeah. And then is it... X. Okay, gotcha. If you want to get out of the hold Q. Okay. Cool. Okay, and now it looks good on screen too, so I just want to make sure. Leave. Alright. Purchase vehicle. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can put this up here so it's a little bit not as distracting on my belly, and I can kind of look over when I need to. Okay. After completing the test drive, you can purchase a vehicle, or if you'd like, you can test drive the other one of the other available vehicles. You know what? I kind of do want to test drive more of them. I want to see what they are like and what they do. I'm not going to do, like, a bunch of, like, up to 30%, but I do want to see what it looks like. Okay. So, hold Z. Throttle. Yeah, see, because it spits it out to the right, so you have to kind of methodically think about, okay, I need to start sending things out to the right side. It's faster, though, I think. I think it's actually faster than the other one. That's kind of cool, though. It does look like it actually runs faster. I guess the only thing you got to worry about is the fact that the grass goes into the freaking pits. I think it's better to have a grass collector than it is to have it spitting out the side. Because now I'm kind of thinking methodically. I'm just like, okay, how am I gonna do it when I get back around here? Because see if you see all the grass pellets there. If I like go through here, it's gonna spit them out here to the right. So you kind of have to start from the inside. Because right now I'm just spitting the stuff everywhere. I don't know. I'm okay with it. Alright, I'm gonna try this last one out and then see how well that feels for me. Alright, so what was the thing about this one? Throttle. Okay, this one seems like it's bigger. So, put this down. Engage the cut to 5. Okay, so it seems to have more power. I'm also trying to figure out how it's dispersing the grass. Because, like, is it going behind me or is it going into a tank? Because there's no tank that's filling up. It's a bit slower, but it looks like it covers more area. I kind of like this one too, but huh. I guess my main thing is I just don't know where the grass is going. Like, is it going all around me? Or is it going into a collection tank? Because I don't see it going into a collection tank. Okay. I think I've kind of got the idea, though. It seems to work a lot like the first one. So I'm like, again, I'm trying to figure out what the gimmick of this one was. Because I know you can, like, lift that up and down, which is like the main mower, I guess. But I'm trying to figure out, like, why you would need to. Okay. That one seems more complicated. So I'm gonna look them over again just to be sure, but I think that's what it said. Oh yeah, so it's it has a mulching deck and articulated steering. So yeah, so it's better for tighter spaces. A deck type side to charge. This one's that's right, it's a mulcher. Okay, so I think I get what it means now then. I think we're just gonna stick with the first one. I like this one the most. While a mower is great for open areas of grass, string trimmers are perfect for lawn edges and cutting around obstacles. Contracts require you to have a mower and a string trimmer to complete them, so you'll need to purchase a string trimmer now. I see. So I knew that they were going to have some kind of hand device. Okay, this one has the most cutting width. This one takes... Oh, these ones are electric, and then these ones are fuel. Okay. I kind of like the idea of using an electric one. I think we're going to go with this one. Alright, select a contract. This is the contract map where you can see the available contracts to select and start. Now your company is set up. The contract button at the bottom of the map, select it to open it up. Okay. Once you select a contract, you see information about its value and requirements. If you wish to accept it, first you need to assign an employee, vehicle, and equipment. Contracts need an employee assigned to them to be attempted. At the minute, only employee you have is you, but that will change as your company grows. Highlight yourself and then confirm the first assignment of the contract. So I can actually hire people to do stuff for me, which is kind of interesting. Okay. Contracts required need a vehicle to be attempted. So, and then, of course, I had to give all my employees the right equipment to do their job, too. So I have to actually dole out different vehicles and things to everyone. Okay. So this kind of becomes a management system after a while, too. Contracts need equipment like string trimmer assigned to them to be attempted. It'll highlight your string trimmer and it confirm the assignment. Okay. Looks all good. Recommended cutting time about 26 minutes. Okay, that's fine. I do like when games, especially like levels or games that require you to be in it for a while, they tell you about how much it's going to take. So we're going to be here for about a half hour. Cool. As you set up and confirm your contracts and the pin in the map, it will turn yellow. And the contract that you're assigned to will have the star displayed. When your first contract confirmed, you can start and head to the location to begin cutting. Okay. Cool. Let's get our rep up. Look at this lawn. So beautiful. So the cut height, they want it between 5 and 6. They want me to cut at least 98% of it. Okay. At the start of each contract, you'll have a small period of time to find, remove any objects in the grass area that could either be damaged, or damage your vehicle. You can choose to skip the ground check and have the objects automatically removed by interacting with your mower equipment. But this will mean that you don't earn money or RP. Okay. The ground checking phase. That's actually a good point. Because, yeah, I know that's a thing in lawn mowing, too, is you have to make sure the ground is clear before you start cutting. Otherwise, you're going to, damage your mower. So there's at least 4 objects on the thing that might require me to do things. How do I get in? Oh. It's not that lawn I'm doing. It's this lawn I'm doing. Okay. Alright. Where are those pesky little things? Aha, this one. Yeah, definitely don't want to run over the gnome. Okay, now it's getting choppy for even me. That might just be because VSync is on? Or off? What do I turn it on? It might also just because I'm looking at a bunch of freaking blades of grass. It's disorienting me. Hold on, VSync off. It does look choppy sometimes. I'm not sure if that's just because of how it is though. I returned a vehicle. Cool. I'm gonna turn it on. I think it'll be fine. Also put the motion blur to normal, because that seems like it'll be useful. Yeah, I think the motion blur helps my vision a little bit more too, for sure. Okay. The ground check complete. It's time to start cutting some grass. You can either use your string trimmer or a vehicle whenever you want. String trimmers are the best for cutting edges in any tight areas, while your vehicle is best for large open areas of grass. Of course, makes sense. All right. Start it up. All right, and then throttle. So we want to get between 5 to 6. So let's do the minimum height, or the maximum height. And we'll start right here. Performance during cutting will affect how much money and RP you earn from the contract. You find the balance between speed and careful driving, avoiding damaging your flowers on the lawn, while cutting quickly to earn a time bonus. Makes sense. Okay. Let's go. I think I'm going to do the circular method where I just kind of go around everything and then I trim things up later. Alright, see how well this goes. Yeah, I think doing circular method is probably going to be our best bet. And then we'll trim up along the edges when we need to with our hand mower. You're already 20% done. Yeah, there's something nice and methodical about it, though. I can see how this could just be work to some people, but there's something nice about just, like, going through and making sure you get all the lines correctly. I think I have a good method, though. I like the method I'm going with right now. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm already 45% done. Now we gotta be a little bit more careful because we're getting close to the flowers. Already have more than halfway done, and we already only have half the thing done, so half the thing filled, so we should be good. There we go. Yeah, I think we're making some good progress. I think we'll start veering off to the right instead. Finishing off this section. now is when we gotta be a little bit more methodical. All right, now I think we gotta start getting the trimmer out, because I do not want to get that close to those guys. Also, I think there were some entrances I didn't quite cover. Actually, I can get those with the trimmer too. That doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. But yeah, the rest we'll get the hedge trimmer for. Alright, and then we'll get our string trimmer. Alright, using string trimmers are great for cutting along the edges. You get tight spaces. To use a string trimmer, press and hold the right mouse button. Okay, easy enough. But this one I have to kind of be careful about too, right? Because I have to make sure it's the same cut as the grass. Or does my guy just know exactly how to cut it? I will say though, this game really do making you feel like you cutting grass though. I'm being, as you can see too, I'm being like very careful not to touch the flowers or the other things. I got all the outside areas pretty well. I think it's just the it's these parts I'm just looking out for right now. I love my grass vision. It's just like, whoa. All that stuff you haven't cut yet. See, that's what a true lawnmower has. They all have like an innate grass sense that they just kind of use to their advantage whenever they need to. See, this is why they said it was going to take like 26 minutes, because the methodical part of doing all the fine trimming usually takes a little bit longer. You can kind of see it too. You can kind of see the spots where you miss. There's some big blades like, yeah, right along here too. I don't think I'm gonna be like too harsh about it, but because what they said I needed to get like at least 98.6 to get it right. Yeah, because I'm almost there. There's just a few parts I'm a little bit skimpy about. That's just because I don't want to touch the flowers. I don't want to damage them. They're so pretty. So you can definitely poke them, but you can't just trim them. That's what I've seen. Like, that's how you know you get too close, is when you go in with your thing and it goes womp. With the cutting complete, you now need to store your vehicle and equipment and interact with your pickup truck to leave the location. If you have grass clippings on the paths or flower beds, you can pick them up before leaving to avoid any cleanup fees. I think I've been pretty good about that, so should be good. Yeah, it took about, 22 minutes to do it, so yay. Place it down. Okay, I think we're all good here. I think we're good. Let's get out of here. That's a fresh new lawn right there. See how nice it looks now? How trimmed it looks? It didn't used to look like that before. Okay. So, yeah, no penalties, no fees. We did very good on cutting time. Also, just realized we're getting euros for this. I don't know if I can change that. That's cool, though. All right. That's actually a good point. Do they have a thing for that? Nope, that's a price. That's controls. That's controls. They have. No, they have metric. They don't have a difference for the money. Okay. That's good then. Okay. Alright, the vehicle garage. This is the vehicle garage where you can fix damaged vehicles, view statistics, and purchase attachments or part exchange of vehicles. Or even purchase new ones. Select your current vehicle so you can maintain it. This screen shows you all the information you will need to keep track of your vehicle's performance and status. Let's maintain your vehicle and get it ready for the next contract by selecting the maintenance button. It's important to keep your vehicles well maintained and fixed. Ideally, after each contract, you should visit the garage, refueling the fuel tank and fixing any damage. Makes sense. Okay. That's only 23 cents to repair it. Cool. Okay. $19. That's fine. Fill my tank up. That's fine. Grass collector. Emptied. Cool. Alright. Good to know. Cool. Zero available. Awesome. Recharge it. Alright, I think we're all good. So now we can just do the next one, right? The Kingsbury House. This one does look a little bit more complicated. Okay. This one will take, hopefully, yeah, around a half hour. So, okay, let's do the next one. This game kind of interesting, though. It definitely is a lawn mowing simulator. Can't tell you that. Can definitely confirm that the game is what it says it is. All right, so I gotta get at least 99% of it done. Okay. See, this one looks fun because it has like a little gazebo too. That's a cute garden. I actually like that. All right, ground checking time. Just look for any loose items that may or may not be out here. There's one. Definitely don't want to damage that. Cool. Okay. Ground check is done. All right. Let's get in our vehicle. All right. And throttle. And let's go. Just start right here. Did they say... Hold on. Did they say how much? Okay, 6 to 7. So we'll do it at 7, just to be safe. Oh, cool. You can actually do first-person mode, too. I actually kind of like the third-person mode. So yeah, we'll do it at 7. And then get into position. And let's go. I'm going to go do the same method I did last time. It seemed to work pretty well last time, so... Just kind of go in a circle. Much grass. You know what? Obviously, let's go in first-person mode. Make it a little bit more interactive. Yeah, actually, I like first-person mode. It does make it feel a little bit more immersive. My thing is not as wide as I'm giving it credit for. I saw a big strip of grass I missed there. Sorry if I like stop talking for a while. I just kind of immerse myself in the experience a bit sometimes, especially with these type of games. Around that. It does feel a lot more immersive, though, in first person for sure. I can imagine what this kind of game feels like in VR. That's where I think that's where, like, most simulator games really come into play, is with a first-person VR mode. That's how you start to really feel immersed into it. Ground damage. Uh-oh. Manages to damage the ground and destroy some of the grass. Ground damage caused by turning your vehicle at full lock for extended periods of time. Ah. Ground damage will earn you penalties and fines. Okay. Uh-oh. So I had to be careful about that. Okay. Makes sense. That's why sometimes you actually want to do it this way then. Okay. Okay, so I think that much should do it for terms of on the big mower. The rest I kind of want to do with the hand mower. Okay, and then there we go. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, let's go. I did forget to unload that too, but I'll do that later. Let's see how much I missed. Holy shit. Yeah. All right, let's just do a quick little trim around the edges, and then we'll start looking at everything else. I'm just only focusing on, like, the most outer edge. hearing things in the bushes. It might just be the grass kicking against the bushes. Alright, how'd I do? Could have been better. Thankfully, I can actually see like where most of it is too. Like I don't actually have to use my grass vision. I can kind of actually just see it with how it's poking out. Okay. I know it's probably coming off on stream a lot too, but there is some stuttering with some of how with some of the turning. That might just be because of how my ball mouse is, but like, usually it's not that jittery. Actually, now that I think about it, that would be a good idea. I'm gonna clean it out real quickly. I try to remember to do this every now and then because it really does help with the traction on the mouse. Because otherwise you will see, like as you've been seeing it probably most of the stream, you will see it start to kind of jitter a little bit with how it moves across. There you go. There you go. You can still see it jittering. That's just because of how it is. Holy shit. Man, I did a terrible job on some of those corners. Oh, cool. So as long as I stay still, it'll just keep letting me know. Okay. But yeah, this game is kind of cool though. It's very much like it's something that you can just busy yourself with if you need to, because it doesn't really take a whole lot of thought or energy into it. It's just something you can do. It'll probably get a lot more methodical later on. Like you have to think a lot more about stuff when you have to deal with employees and actually giving them things that the tools they need to do, and then waiting for them to do their jobs while you do your own jobs. Oh, I got a little close to that flower there. I've also learned is I can get a little bit closer to the flowers than I think I can. I'm trying not to jitter it too much, but I can't really help how it moves. That's why I like the motion blur a little bit better, so it kind of helps not make it look as jittery. It makes it look a little bit more normal. I just need to like skate along some of these lines, because some of these lines were very bad. Like, what the hell was I doing here? I did not even try to go around this thing. I'm assuming later too I'll probably get better equipment that does things better. Kind of like how Power Wash Simulator works, where you'll actually eventually get just better working stuff. You just gotta cough up the cash for it. Oh, shit. I destroyed one of their pretty flowers. Whoopsies. That was actually entirely my bad. I was trying so hard not to do that too. I was gonna try to see if I could see the helicopter rolling over, because I heard it. I could have really ran over that with the mower more, honestly. Here goes motor load is displayed in the bottom right of the screen. If you overload by driving too fast or cutting too much grass at once, you will suffer engine damage and cut quality will be affected. Okay. I try not to, but yeah. Jesus. Don't mind me. I am just cutting grass. I'm gonna get that line I'm seeing. Yeah, starting from here. Man, there's just so much I missed. It's kind of crazy. To be fair, I probably should just go over this area with the mower again, but I'm already kind of committed this much to it. Yeah, I've been here about a half hour. I also 100% think that depending on the direction you're going, also kind of helps determine how much of that grass is actually being cut. I'm just like fully expecting one of the animals to just jump out of the bushes at me. I'm just waiting for it. Okay. Let's get that line. Man. I think I probably would have saved a little bit more time if I just actually went back through with the mower and just started doing things like that again. But wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, this is like the slower methodical process of the game is just cleaning up the last little bits. How the heck? Just gonna give him a general sweep over, so I can pick up any lingering pits. Actually, kind of doing some work there too. Yeah, this is the part of the game that's interesting, because it's like, it really, sometimes, they do get very nitpicky with some of the stuff that you haven't done. Like, look at this. Like, I look at this, I see a cut lawn. Game's like, no, you got a couple spots right there. I really should have just ran through it over with a mower one more time. Lesson learned for the next time I do this. Yeah, I should just run over it with a mower one more time, and then because it's in the big open space, and then I can leave the actual, like, in between parts and edges to my little hand mower. We're almost done with it though. We just got a few more little spots to touch up. I also definitely 100% think it depends on where you're mowing, because I ran over these. I can guarantee you I ran over like all of these areas like multiple times, but because I wasn't cutting them at the right angle, it didn't think that that was what it should be. How much of this do we have to get done to? 99% completion. We still have 2% left. My God. Insane. Insane levels of nitpicky right here. .15%. Are you guys going to really care that much? I did 97% of the lawn. I think that should still count. Are you guys really going to care that I left a few little scratches here and there? How? How? I don't care. I do not care. If I had to cut a flower to get into these parts, so be it. It's insane. It's insane how much levels of nitpicking there are here for this. Get this line. And then, yeah, I think we'll trim right around little things here. Like, it really is to a detail where I'm like, I cannot see what they're complaining about. It's really gotten to the point where I'm like, what are you talking about? What grass is there to cut? And I swear I'm going over these lines, and the game is just like, no, no, you didn't. Oh my god. Has it been? Oh. Yeah, because I started around 1, right? It's been about 2 hours now. I've been doing this job for about an hour just because of how freaking close it is that they want me to get to the freaking grass. I don't even see it. What do you mean there's something there that needs to be cut? I literally don't see it anymore. I really am just thinking about jumping back on the mower and just kind of going through whatever parts I see. Probably what I should have done a while ago. Like, again, how are you not getting this? How? How is none of that getting cut? I'm literally, like, right at it with my blade. I think we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna go across rust until it reaches 99 with the mower, and that'll be it. I'm gonna go back to this view too, so I can actually see things again. It's let the let the cut height. All right, where am I at? Just gonna keep running over things until it becomes 99. That's what we're gonna do. Because apparently there's so much here that I have not done. That needs to be done. Go over one more time with this back part, and then I'm gonna just kind of start looking for it. .2%. I bet you if I just go back toward it, I'll definitely find it. There we go. Oh my god. Freaking finally, dude. Ah. Okay, let's go. Wow. Insane levels of nitpicking right there for that one. I'll have to remember to be a lot more methodical about my actual mowing, and then really going for the hand mowing when I need to. Crazy though. Yep. Thankfully, I only had to pay 2 more pounds to get the flowers replaced. So that's all good. Yay! New level. Challenge, amateur challenge. Ooh, there's challenges? Alright. Karuma, you can edit your avatar company ID and take out advertisements to gain more RP towards ranking up. Okay. Currently, your HQ only has one vehicle bay. Once you earn more money, you can upgrade to have a second vehicle bay. And purchase a bigger HQ with multiple extra vehicle bays. Once you have a second vehicle, you can start to hire another employee and complete extra contracts to earn more money in RP. Sounds good. Would like that. I do not have enough money to do that, though. I could get another building or HQ thing for HQ though, so I could do that. Never mind. Oh, my monthly maintenance amount is that much. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Fun. I can get loans. Awesome. Love that for myself. Okay, I see where this game can be interesting though. I may or may not be able to go ahead and try to play more of it later. I am kind of at least curious enough to see how the employees really do things for me. I have a feeling it's just going to be a thing where it's just like, okay, while I go on a mission, they go on a mission. It gives me their whatever they did, and I have to just maintain the vehicles that they bring back to me. So I don't think it's really too deep, but it's basically just ways to get more experience and then get more of those. They said there was a challenge. So I'm assuming that's what these are. Yeah, this one is going to take 27 minutes. This one's going to take 10. Oh, it's litter collection. And this will take about 19. Okay, you know what? I want to try out this one, because it sounds like this is just litter collection. I can do that. Okay, there we go. All right, let's at least do this last one, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there. But this game's kind of cool. So, like, it sounds like this one's all about just collecting trash and stuff. Yeah, there's 12 objects on the floor. I just had to go around and collect them all. Okay. Yeah, if anything, that's the only thing I know about this ball mouse, especially when I play first-person games like these, is it is a little bit stuttery with how it moves. So I would love to be able to fix that. I don't know if I need to get a different mouse or if I need to actually, hold on, I got an idea. Because there was a thing on this before, right? This little thing. Low? Oh, that turns on low mode. Okay, hold on. I think, well, again, I have to do a little bit more to get where I need to, but I think it helps. There's 2 objects I haven't gotten yet. But you see, when I like make small adjustments, sometimes it will just judder and stutter. I don't know if I might just have to get a new mouse. Because I noticed that it keeps doing that with a bunch of stuff. That's why sometimes I almost like playing games better with my controller, just because it's easier to look around and do stuff with it. I thought about doing it with mine, with this game, but I wasn't sure if I would like it better like that. Because this is, I would say, it's only during these moments, like in first-person games, that I start to notice that as a thing. Yeah, because I even when I do when I usually look around and move a character around with my controller, I don't notice it doing that kind of thing a lot more. Honestly, again, it's because I've played so many Switch games where you have gyroscope aiming with stuff like that. I actually really like the gyroscope aiming method because it feels a lot more precise when I have full control of my hand to look at something, rather than just like, you know, one little appendage on my thumb to look at everything. But that's just me. I know some people hate gyroscope aiming, but I've actually been kind of privy to it. That's why I like games like Splatoon, and even how they did in DK Bonanza. They have gyroscope aiming for when you're throwing stuff in there, and even Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they have the same kind of thing too, where you would look around with the Joy-Con instead. I know a lot of people can still PC game like that too. I think more people probably do it with an actual mouse, and maybe that might be just what I'm missing. Is I might have more precise control if I replace this with an actual mouse. But I don't know. It's something I think that's worth experimenting with. I might have to see if we have another mouse like that around here. Or if we... Oh my god, there's so much grass. That's something I might have to experiment with later, though, is the idea that I can use a regular mouse. There it is. I knew it was around there somewhere. Okay. Because I wouldn't mind doing more things like this with a, you know, with a thing. It's just, every time I turn, I notice the stuttering, and it never looks right to me. Because, like, look, I'm just trying to slowly... That might just be because of how my freaking thing moves too. Like, maybe I just need to... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I might have more control if it wasn't just my thumb and it was actually my whole hand. Because I feel like using your whole hand doesn't do as much jittering as just your thumb. So that might be it. I don't know. We'll see about that, though. I think that's definitely something for me to look into, though. That's just a simple little 25 cleanup job. Cool. Cool. And I actually leveled up from that, too. Okay, but yeah, I think that's going to be doing it for today. All right. Oh yeah, now everything's on slow mode because I because I put it up on my thing. See though, the only thing is, like, I don't, you can't see it on my screen now, but when I'm moving around with the thumb, with the thing on here, I'm so used to like where it needs to go on the screen that it really doesn't affect me how I do it. Like, as using it as a pointer, I think it's fine. But it's only when I start playing like first-person games where I have to like start slowly moving and inching my thing around. I notice I have this, it stutters a little bit as I do it. And I think that's just, I think it's literally just because of how my thumb works on the actual, on here. Because it doesn't really, it's not really as smooth as just doing it with like the whole hand. But I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll see if it makes a difference for any of my PC gaming stuff. But for the most part, I usually just like playing most games with a controller anyways if I can help it. Especially like any third-person games where I have to like actively move around the screen and everything. But that's all fine though. I still like doing some games like this as well too. But I think I just need to remember in general, I do usually like to play games with the controller just because it feels more natural in my hand to do so. So maybe next time I play this game, I'll try it with the controller and see if it makes a difference. And see if I like it more. Because I know that was something that I did too when I was doing American Truck Simulator. I first tried it with mouse and keyboard, and I was just like, this feels way too weird. And I started doing it with my controller. I'm like, okay, no, this feels much more natural. I might just be a controller user, to be fair. That just might be my thing. Like, if it's like, you know, point-and-click adventure, obviously I can do that with this. But I think any other game I always like to use a controller with. It just feels more natural. I've always been a console gamer, so it just feels natural to play games with a controller. I think that's just my philosophy usually. But yeah, that's going to be doing it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this little Steam stream of me playing Lawn Mowing Simulator for the first time. If you like this, please like it. Subscribe and follow if you see more of this in the future. And of course, let me know whatever other games you think that I might like or want to try out in the future. I have many Steam game on my library. If you don't know what Steam games I have my backloggery listed below, where I have my entire catalog of Steam games I have. So you can probably just search it up in there, and you'll definitely probably find it. But yeah, I think it's we have a lot of games to get through it for sure. So we'll have to see when and if we can get to them. I don't know what the next Steam stream is going to be. I think there's a lot of games that have been on my list. I think the next one's at least not going to be a simulator type. The one I'm thinking about probably doing is, I think I recently just got Okami. Yeah. Well, I didn't recently get it. I had this for a while, but I recently downloaded Okami HD. And I would love to try that on stream because that game just looks stunning. So we might try that next time, I think. We'll see about that. But yeah, I don't know if I have any more plans for streaming today, at least. I think this is the main one I wanted to do today. Later this week, I think we are going to try to do something with Pansy. So we'll see if he is able to get on to do something like that. But yeah, that's going to probably be doing it at least for now. Neptunia is going to be next week as well too. So please look forward to that as well. All right. Thank you all again. I will see you later for more streaming goodness. Hopefully sometime later this week. And I'm just going to kind of relax with some other things and get caught up on other things for the day. So, all right. Bye-bye now.